back to Politricks Watch. This is RP. Now, as you know, I am one of a serious problem with era leaders, quote-unquote dons, in prison, still putting out hits, getting people killed. Today, I'm going to tell you now how they manage to get out of it. I mean, get away in terms of getting caught over and over, sometimes in the act, right? And the corrections act that is in place, if you deal with it, right, don't get enforced. We know say water link with prisoner. We know say, water corrupt. But that's too general. It's too vague. Today, I'm going to break it down for you exactly how this thing works. Before we go any further, we have a Patreon birthday shout out to Anthony. Right? Now, Anthony, right, this is coming from your brother Ninja. And you see him spell the name, right? And I wonder if it's a typo. Because this right here, so this is ants honey. Right now, I know say bees make honey, but I never know say ants make honey. I can't remember seeing an E in an Anthony. So, Anthony, any ants on the have want make honey, link me up, right? More add them to the unicorn collection. Right? That way we can start sell unicorn and special ants we know for make honey. So Anthony, big up yourself, your little brother, I know say, you and the whole family proud of you. And today, on your actual birthday, when this video drop, you're in for a surprise. I can't tell you how, but just make sure you see your blood pressure stable. Right? Last thing we want you to go drop down when it get revealed. So, big up yourself, Anthony. Ninja, big up yourself. We can move into the video. So, we see an article in the papers talking about some Don from Reduce Road who is currently behind bars tormenting people in the community. Now, this article, I mean, when people in the PIA read this in the papers, them should know automatically what I'm going to say. Right? They don't know this is Brebe. So, after talking about Brebe over and over and over, right, we see say, the prisoner, the jail Don, now going to stop sending out hits. So, let me try to understand, the system will allow the jail Don to send out the hits. Don't know, we have PIA all over the place. PIA special ops. Want to understand how this thing work? No, we have the answer. As me said, just saying corrupt water is too vague. Right? We know say, right, the water bring phone boogie, the favorite jail Don, and other contrabands. Most people can already come to that conclusion. You see, there's a correction act that was updated in 2021. In my opinion, it don't go far enough. Then we can amend it again, but it's not up to me. I'm no expert. Right? But based on the amendment in 21, it allows for certain fines and even increased jail time. Right? When time your favorite Don get catch with phone, right? And even put out hits and everything there. Actual increase in jail time. So if you mean that for 20 years, you get catch, right, I do certain things with phone, him can get years added on. So obviously, nobody wants to stay longer in jail, so that is what would act as a deterrent. But it's not acting as a deterrent. Why? Well, remember me telling you, say, laws only work when people see them working. And in prison, they're definitely not working, as in they're not being enforced. Not for the people them who actually are doing the real damage in the streets. To show you how much of a joke the man entered the system for, people in a prison openly flaunt so they have access to them phone. Openly. If people were actually dealing with the fines or increased jail times where the act, right, of 2021, right, lay down, there is no way people would be so brazen about the fact say them still have them phone them and use them. We are talking about major violence producers. Remember say we even see the snake. Right? I like the picture of his rival getting arrested. Right? You can't make this up. That would literally be evidence say him have access to phone. Why everybody so barefaced? Now most of the things we may hear in this video apply mostly to prisons, right? Not just detention or jail and the station jail at the back. We are talking about prisons. Right? So in a prison, the area leaders, right, the major violence producers, the 90 octanes, the man them have the money, man them call the shots in the streets, they're known. Them understand that him, right at the early for run so, him control him to the money, him quote unquote run off for so, them know all of that. So them know who are the more high profile criminals in the prison. Them know who are run the gang them, right, Abdul for 87 them know all of this. Now it has to be said, some man only use phone to communicate with the outside world. You know, talk to them family or them kerosene or whatever, maybe them pitney them. When them people get caught up in the sweep and lose for them phone, all the people them can blame is them favorite Dan, them favorite year leader, in the jail. Because if they know what I send what hits and make so much war go on in the street from behind bars, then phone in the jail wouldn't come under so much pressure. So I understand. I say on every man in the jail I use phone to send what hits. But if you have a situation and you can't break it down, who or do what, well, you have to sweep right across the board. That's how it is. This is prison, it's not a holiday camp. The authorities them can work on them phone system to get man to contact them family and whatever, all that, fine. But we are talking about man who are use cell phones in themselves with all the time in the world, right, to send out hits and do what they want to do. That is completely different from getting them phone called where everybody entitled to in a prison, right, from what I understand. All over the world, I say it work, but you're not entitled to just make any call you want and say you want to say and do what you want to do. For example, you know, say in Uncle Sam place, the phone calls are actually recorded. But the private phone calls and private messages, that's how right, Dan can do what I do and get people killed, right, without having any kind of evidence to tie back to him. So the basic answer as to how your favorite year leader them, right, still I get man killed from jail. The basic answer is corrupt warders. So this is how it works. You have a bunch of warders, different ranks. Just like how you have constables, corporals in the JCF, you have privates, corporals, sergeants in the JDF. In the water world, you have various ranks. You have CO1, you have the corporals them, right? You have the overseer them. So a similar concept to the police or the military, right? Just a different name or a title might change around. The warders have superior ranks. People them call, let me say, you have the overseers, you have the assistant soups, the soups, etc. The only thing is, some of the water them are a part of the quote-unquote link. That is where the corruption happens. I tell you about the link. They are the ones who supply phones and other contrabands to prisoners. When a warder who is a part of the link, a corrupt warder, search a cell, them either go and let them deaf and blind or they will take it away. But trust me, that phone isn't going very far. But you have warders who are corrupt and warders who are not corrupt. I'm going to say exactly the same as the JCF or the JD. Right, you have man where, you know, so the corrupt squad that if you want something you have to go through him. Where you can't go through that squad because him in the corruption. So he might actually charge and lock you up. But him, you can give him a thing and get away. Same thing in the water world. So these warders who are not a part of the corruption, when them search and find phone that is sold of your favorite Dan, them seize it, write them up, and this is where things supposed to get spooky for your favorite Dan. Remember, the Corrections Act is in place. When them write to your favorite gang leader and pass the findings of the line, them normally hand it to an overseer. The overseer, right, who is a superior rank, they're supposed to push it through the system now. Man's supposed to get officially charged, court date, and them things. But instead, the paperwork, they write this up. The one they move in the link with that particular prisoner, that particular Dan, they don't pursue the charges and the law doesn't get enforced. So you have a warder who's not a part of the corruption. He might even catch a favorite jailer in the act on the phone, right, or search and find it. Write him up, carry him go get the overseer. He's expecting something to happen to that Dan. He's expecting something to happen to that gang leader. But the paperwork they write this up. That's because the overseer, the senior ranks, are a part of the link. So you have corrupt warder, a link with corrupt overseer, right? Corrupt assistant sloop, etc. Again, just like in the police world. You have a corrupt constable who link with a corrupt corporal, who link with a corrupt soup, and again, them keep things in that network. Them keep that in the link. If you want to benefit, you have to be a part of that link. If them catch anybody outside of that link, then you get in trouble. This means that your favorite jail dan know for a fact he will face no added time before he even gets caught with the phone. And as me say, this is mainly prisons, but when you talk about the jail them where, for example, the police them control, are the similar thing happen. But instead of water, instead of your corporal or your CO1 or whatever, you have a police and a soup who are run that racket. But this one we are talking about prisoners, but are the same concept. So this means your favorite jail dan knows for a fact he will face no added jail time before him even get catch with the phone. That is why them so confident. Even if a warder walk in here and catch me with this phone, right, them know no real charges will be pursued, there will be no court date, there will be no added jail time. This is where the confidence come from. This is why phone get take away day in, day out, and then you see man back online. If they were doing 5 years per phone, guaranteed it stop. So imagine much information would dip on a gang leader phone. I mean, think about it. We hear about gang leaders sending out hits from behind bars all the time. Them even have the phone when used send out the hit. And nothing. No investigation, no big court date, nothing. Just like that, it did. So, just like with anything else, as it relates to corruption, the real food eat at the top. So, the high profile prisoners who, have a bag of money, them not just buy out the warder where a search to sell. Them have an overseer, right? Them have a superior rank in the link too. So them know, right, so nothing now come out of this. Them know this is all a formality. So now for the warder them, especially the new one them, right, who don't really know what go on in the prison, turn up, them a search, check a phone and things are gonna go on, hand up phone, and them see nothing now go on. And what happen after a while is enough for them is give up. Because them start to accept, I saw this work. Right? We are searching and find phone and handing phone. Right? I catch man in the act and not now come out of it because for the superior rank them on the link, them don't get buy out already. Your favorite dan, your favorite gang leader have money if you can send straight up to the big wigs them in the prison. There have been cases where one warder search, right, find a phone from your favorite gang leader, pass it on to overseer, right? Write up everything and pass it on to overseer, thinking to something will come out of it. And then go search back the same prisoner and find back the same phone. The overseer not only didn't pursue charges, but they make sure that the prisoner get back the phone. By the way, there are multiple overseers working on any given day. So it's not like there's one overseer. It will be very easy to narrow this down. Right? You could mash up this network easy if it was just one overseer, right, and in one day, because then you know several most him. But there are multiple overseers on any given day, right? There can be 10, 12 overseers working on any given day. So you might only need one corrupt overseer. You might only have two, but that's enough. So when things get right up and presented before them, that overseer can then look and say, oh, no, but they know him. Yeah, make it go on. Yeah, don't do it him. But the real gang leader them, the real high profile criminals them, the one them are done by them own, say, man I step in, right, and say get rid of this. Right, tear up this. We never bother follow up this. Right, and nothing happens. And this corruption don't just affect people in the streets. It also affects the same warder them. Because there's been cases of people taking pictures of warders, right, sneakily taking pictures, right, and then sending pictures of them in the streets, and then people start intimidate the warder and them family and them friends in the streets. Yes. So there is a clear interest to cut it out. But the man them who are part of the corruption, that norm to them. As you can imagine, if you're a warder in prison, dealing with so many offenders, especially the high profile one them with links, the one them are running gangs, right? Once you upset them can make call. But all the 87 them at the streets are gonna know who them a look for. Man in a jail, I take picture with phone, I send out, right, to them 87s in the streets. And then next thing you hear, warders are being intimidated. So this is something that ranks very high on the list of priorities to get started, in my opinion. Remember, I'm telling you already. Right. How me see it, 3 things, 3 acts, right, are necessary for seriously tackle crime and violence in Jamaica. The Firearms Act, the Bail Act, and the Corrections Act. But none of these acts mean nothing if they're not enforced. The thing with the Firearms Act is, it's in the streets, so people know so him get catch with gun, so him get locked up, and people expect to see him get charged. But in a jail setting, the public can't see what go on. The public don't know say that gang leader they get catch on phone or put out it or whatever. So it's internal. That means that the people them who actually control the enforcement part, right? If them get buy out, if them corrupt, they not come out of it. And then the public, right, can't hold them accountable because nobody now see what go on in a prison. It was a collect money from criminals and now do them job. Meanwhile, people's lives are being destroyed. So when they set Burberry and them on the send out hits, them can only do it because people who are supposed to be on the legal side of things are aiding and abetting Burberry them to carry out illegal acts. Now, in probably every country in the world, man smuggle contrabands in a prison. But in every country in the world, it's consistently in the top 3 for highest murder rate. Therefore, we can't just sit back and say, well, I know we alone, something has to be done. Make them say, them a go build new prison. In my opinion, every man needs to better separate prisoners. It's like how Uncle Sam have different type of prisons. There are prisons in America, right, that are so open, even though it's still a prison, it's so open that it don't even feel like prison anymore. And then you have Supermax prison, like where them keep Delroy Uzi Edwards, right, where you sit down in one room and all you look on are some walls. People sit down in there so until them wish they were no longer alive. That is where Uncle Sam send them most serious of criminals. In there so, there's no gallivanting, there's nobody laugh and a joke on the live, nothing like that. When time you have the lower ranking prison them, right, this one you might find man smuggling this and you see people group up in a cell and all them things. And man a laugh and they look like say, and then take it for a joke. But different category of prisoners have to be separated in different category of prisons. At the moment with places like Horizon or GP, you have like a section inside it where they normally put the more high profile criminals. Clearly, that's not working. You get an entire separate prison, right? And that prison, right, in my opinion, needs to be away from residential areas. And every technology available, right, have to be used to make sure that no signal can go in or out there. So if you want to talk to somebody there, so a paper cup and string you have to use. And you gotta have some blue cable and wireless phone box. Remember them there? Remember the cable and wireless blue box them? You got about 10 of them there in the prison. And some paper cup and some string. That's it. Have to separate the gang leaders, the 90 octanes, and them really and send out the hits them. The regular prisoner them, who don't have history of putting out hits or nothing like that, them can stay or rise in a Jeep in place. But the one them who are known, right, if you put out orders, and believe me, they are known, them can go Super, Max, Dixie cup and string, blue, cable and wireless box. If you want to hear it done, we're turning a donkey, because I'm going to start breathe. Anything, right, we don't see about this one. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, I don't know, more life. Patreon Squad, see you circling. Bless.